How long should it take for you to start seeing progress from taking golf lessons? So this is a great question and hopefully will interest a lot of people out there. I think this question will be of interest to those who are currently taking lessons and maybe want the opinion as to whether it sounds like they're on the right track, or it might even be of interest to someone out there who's never taken a golf lesson before in their life. Maybe they've been reluctant to do so to this point, despite having a bit of an ambition to get to a certain milestone, whether that's a specific handicap goal they've got in mind or whatever the case may be, but they're reluctant to take golf lessons, maybe because they're reasonably happy with where their game is at, and they've heard the old cliche of sometimes you have to go back a step to go two forward, and they're worried about when they throw in a change, if they've never had lessons before, that if they go backwards and regress, will they get the benefit and be able to kick on from that, or will they just stay in that awkward phase where things feel a bit different? So hopefully this video adds a bit of clarity for people, no matter which side of that they're on, whether they're currently taking lessons or just thinking about getting started. Now, I've used the word progress, and progress can come in many different forms. So some people would refer to progress as even just having clarity around the root cause of where their issues were coming from. But I know that's probably not what you were thinking when you seen the question at the start of this video. You're probably thinking of, when can I actually see the ball do what I want it to do? But awareness can go a long way to being curative. So having an understanding of where the root cause of your issues were coming from is a form of progress to get things rolling. But if we're referring to progress as something tangible in the form of gains to the consistency and the quality of your ball striking and starting to see a bit of a more predictable ball flight, here is my answer to that one. You absolutely should be able to see progress in these areas in the very first coaching session. Now, ownership of a swing change, that's a completely different conversation. Ownership is going to come down to how disciplined you are in your training, how consistent are you with performing the drills that you've been prescribed to perform by your coach. And it is also relative to how big the change is as well. You may get it quicker than the next person who's going for a golf lesson. Obviously, it depends on what your goal is. The changes that have been prescribed to you will be based in order to help you bridge the gap to what it's going to take to get there. So again, it depends on what your goals are, depends on what your current starting point is in relation to that. But absolutely, you should see improvements to, say, your strike and your ball flight in the very first coaching session.